out to Ville St. Pierre. For the South Shore, nothing major for Mercier, Champlain, so they're almost been long now. Victoria Bridge still costing about a half an hour and very heavy going by the 132. Jacques Cartier also extremely heavy by 132. We continue to have a problem with the 116 near Taschereau on the left side.
The Tools for Life program is equipping them as individuals to go out and face those challenges of finding employment, developing healthy habits, developing positive relationships with their children and their family, working on interpersonal skills. I know that this particular program in Stanstead uses the nonviolent communication as a foundation for how it does its program. But I think that the CEDEC, as an ingredient added to that process, helps the girls to look beyond that group and look outside to the larger community to consult them. I mean, think beyond the problems, their immediate problems, and think about the issues of the community, collective issues, collective solutions, working together with people who aren't in the program. And so I think it's a great opportunity for them to use the tools they've learned from the program and apply them to something larger than that group. We asked for the space from 5 till 9. Actually, est-ce que c'est possible d'avoir l'espace même après 9 heures? Un peu pour nettoyer, remettre les chaises et les tables? Okay. So how much of the space do you want to use? Do you want to keep them compressed? Are we going to move some chairs to the other side so people can, like, it's hard to have a group discussion when everyone's in a line, right?
Can't we sit on the inside?
Sure. Yeah.
We should figure out a different way so that we can place the tables that we want to put somewhere away, I think.
Well, if you want, we can have an open square. Like, let's say we get 50, okay?
What if we get 10?
Okay, don't say that. If we get 50...
Yeah, but you have to think
Okay, let's think of both of them.
Yeah.
If we get 50, okay, let's start. You want to start with 10? If we get 10, Are we gonna split them up into small groups to talk about the questions?
No.
Two.
What if we only get 5?
Okay, well,
Well, you guys are already 8, so we gotta get more than 8.
Christine must have it on
Now.
that list.
The mayor and the councillors, we don't need addresses for them, because we can drop them off at town hall, right? But we need copies, we need to write their names on an envelope.
It's been over a month. I can give her hers.
Okay, can you give it to all the councillors and the mayor?
Job
No,
links is separate. Actually, job links is on this thing, so I'm gonna cross them off.
My mom went to make a.
There's Lynn O'Shea from the CLSC that knows a lot of young people around here that probably would be a good thing if she was aware of all this.
Did you get that, Marjorie?
Mm-hmm.
Can we give her like extra copies and she can hand them out? Is that what you're talking about?
No, just her.
Just
Oh, just have her there, okay.
her,
Well,
maybe,
her and
Dawn
Anne.
and Tom.
And Tom is too.
Yeah,
So she would go in with the.
I like her, yeah.
Yeah, well, I could try here and there on the weekend, but.
Stanstead had a strategic planning exercise that was done quite a few years ago, and the youth part was one of the objectives of the strategic plan. And through our discussions with the community within this strategic planning process, we'd realized there was quite a number of young mothers that had those specific difficulties to get back into the labor market. So we found that getting involved in this project was, there was two bonuses for us. One, it helped these younger women get back actively into the labor market, and in another sense it would also help the community to sort of get together in partnership to work with these young women to help this project get off the ground. So it was one, that to get these people involved in the labor market, and two, to get the community involved in the project also, because this Tools for Life project, there's not just us who are involved, there are other partners within the community, and it's all that put together that told us that it was a good idea to get involved in that project for that community.
Beyond the life of the program, or the program itself, Tools for Life, I think Stanstead is a community that has a lot of energy in certain ways. I mean, there's active church groups, there's active community groups, that kind of thing. But in terms of sort of looking at the big picture and moving ahead in a constructive way, it's struggled a little bit. There was a strategic planning process launched with the community a number of years ago, and they've struggled to turn that plan into sort of concrete reality. There have been a number of key successes, however, and I don't want to suggest there wasn't, but there's still a lot of work to do. One of the issues is that there are a lot of people in that community that don't see a role for themselves. They don't see necessarily that, and I often say this, that there's anything that they have to say, and they feel if they had something to say that nobody would be listening to them anyway. Particularly young people who tend to struggle just to make ends meet, to get through their day-to-day lives. They don't often have the luxury of thinking about their community and issues related to their community.
When Grant proposed it, was to put into action and look a little closer at some of the outcomes of the strategic planning, a chance for the participants to get to know the resources, the economic and social resources of their community, for them to get to know personally, face-to-face, through surveys and interviews, some of the people, the major players in their community. Also get them to take responsibility for this forum, stand up and address people, ask difficult questions of other people and of themselves. And I think coming out the other end, having planned the forum and involved in this process, have a better understanding of life beyond their immediate lives in Stanstead and their potential to make changes, you know, to become involved, what it takes, and really to understand that change in a community is probably most lasting when it comes from within the community, as opposed to something applied, you know, it's brought in from the outside.